Sometimes you need an anime that just confuses you, and Sonny Boy is exactly that. Anyone who tells you they know exactly what this anime is about is lying to you, but let me tell you exactly what this anime is about. Sonny Boy centers around a group of third-year middle schoolers who have all been isekai'd away into a mysterious void. They're all in their school, but there's a void around them of nothingness. And in this space, the majority of people discover that they've manifested superhuman powers. Some are more useful than others, like the ability to fly. But what I think is really special about this show is a lot of the powers are very unique. Like Mizuho is a character who's able to, order anything she wants and have it delivered to her by her cats. And from this endless void of darkness, they then find themselves slipping into another world where there is a huge island for them all to settle on. They refer to this whole experience as going adrift, drifting off into other worlds, other spaces, other dimensions. It's not quite clear to them what exactly is happening. And because it's not clear to them, it's not clear to the audience. What's really great about Sonny Boy is it's an anime that doesn't take you on long narrative dumps to tell you what this world is, to say with definitive nature what they are experiencing. It's not like you're in, say, ReZero, and they have gone to a magical world and they're explaining what the rules of this magical world are. That's not what you're gonna get. There's no explanation of what's happening. You are kept in the perspective of these characters trying to figure out what's happening. And it is so interesting that when it does explain things, and it does explain a lot, most of the show is dialogue, and we'll get to that in a moment. But when they are explaining these things, you can get maybe different interpretations of how things are being done. One person can look at an explanation and get one course of events, get one interpretation, and I could see something could be completely different. It's a strange kind of open-endedness that makes this show so fascinating. And we'll get back to the story in just a moment, but I briefly want to touch upon the actual production of this show. This is produced by Studio Madhouse, one of the most prolific anime studios out there today. Known for the work on anime like Death Note or One Punch Man, among many, many, many others. They have so much great anime in their catalogs. From feature films to anime series, I could go on and on and on about the accomplishments of this studio. And this is a wholly original anime series written and directed by Shingo Natsume, well known for his high-level directing work in anime like One Punch Man or Space Dandy, two of my favorite anime series of all time. And these are two series with spectacular direction, and he carries that into Sonny Boy. Though Sonny Boy does absolutely have a very different feel to it than any of those other previous anime. And one of those first key differences I want to talk about is character design and the art style. Hisashi Iguchi did the character design for Sonny Boy, and these characters are so well put together. I'm going to give a particular shout out to my favorite character in the show, Rajdhani, along with many, many other characters. They really communicate all they're about in just their image. And it makes the visual styling of the show to feel completely unique. Art style wise though, with a few characters specifically, I'm really reminded of Devilman Crybaby. It's hard to put my finger on it exactly, and the animation styles are not the same at all, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But the overall designs and the kind of shading that they use on these characters feels very similar to what they did in Devilman Crybaby. The sound design throughout the series is also immaculate. The sound director Shoji Hata does an amazing job finding ways to work with silence. There's a lot of incredible sounds throughout this show, a lot of mood setting and atmosphere that needs to be built directly through the sound without the use of music. In later episodes there is a pickup more on background music. There's not a lot of background music throughout the entire show, and when they do bring it in, it is in very specific ways that build on top of the stellar animation and stellar backgrounds they produce. The sound in all ways drags you further and further into this experience, building the world around it, around this sound, around the absence of sound in a lot of cases. It's breathtaking, and it takes these moments of amazing animation, and there is some incredible animation throughout Sonny Boy. It takes those moments of amazing animation and makes them all the more all-encompassing, making it so you can't help but be pulled into the scene. The visuals and the sounds working in tandem to create an incredible experience. All around, everyone is doing their job, and that extends to the voice cast as well, which is exceptional. I haven't talked a lot about the cast of characters. I've barely mentioned the characters themselves, and I don't really feel like I need to. There are a lot of amazing characters out this show. Rajdhani, again, is my favorite, and if you enjoy the show, I'm sure he's going to be up there for you as well. But I'm not really going to get into what our other characters are or their backstories, because I feel like that's something important for you to experience in the show. What's more important for this type of review is to see if this is the kind of anime for you. As you may have been able to tell by the way I've been talking about this anime throughout, it's not a typical isekai or shonen anime. Its story from episode to episode can be pretty straightforward to follow at times, but it's also layered with so much subtext and so much other ways you could interpret what is being told by this story. The most comparable anime in my opinion would be something like Fooly Cooly, something that has a lot of surface level enjoyment and a whole lot of deeper meaning hidden behind everything else. So if you're someone who enjoys something like Fooly Cooly, something that you want to watch multiple times over and get different things from it each and every time, to think about what messages it's portraying, its meaning, and what emotion it elicits inside of you. There's a lot of ways that you can interpret Sonny Boy, and I think a lot of them are accurate. This is an anime that is geared towards discussion. Perfect for watching with a group of friends online or diving into a discussion board and just seeing all people's interpretations or little small things that they picked out that are meaningful to them. Sonny Boy in many ways is a piece of art, something to be interpreted off of your feelings, your emotions, and the meaning that you prescribe to the story that you're being told. While I'm sure there are people who will get enjoyment out of diving into this series and trying to find answers to certain questions, in a lot of ways there aren't going to be answers to some questions, and you need to be okay with accepting that and just finding your own meaning into the answers that you can gather. This anime is clearly not for everybody, and I completely understand people who are turned off by this kind of storytelling, but to me this is an immediate classic, an anime I'm going to be referring back to over and over again. The animation, I cannot say enough, is stellar. There is constant fluid movement, different angles and turns, ways of simplifying the art style but still having something that makes it unique. Like when scenes pull back a bit, they'll wash away the faces a lot, but it makes the frames feel very stark. I could go on and on about how much I love the art, the animation, everything that goes into this anime, but really I think the best thing I could do at this moment is just to tell you to go and watch Sonny Boy. If you're someone who likes an anime like The Serial Experiments of Lain, FLCL, parts of Evangelion, if you like anime or media that is very interpretive and very open, like, 2001's A Space Odyssey, media that is not typical, that is not straightforward, then I would highly recommend checking out Sonny Boy. This anime is available right now on Funimation. It's all out, completely subbed, or you can watch parts of it in dub. I cannot recommend this anime enough, and if it's not your thing, then I completely understand, but I love Sonny Boy. This is an immediate classic. And just thank you very much for watching this video, me rambling on about it. If you like the videos I do here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I've got videos coming up here that I'm really excited to work on, and just thank you for stopping by. I want you to have a great day, a great night, or whatever it is you're having, and stay rad.